Hey, what's your favorite thing to do when you visit a new city? For me, it's to find the coolest coffee shop possible. Earlier this year for work, I was in Austin, and I had the opportunity to find a really cool place. It's part coffee shop, part bike shop, and part wine bar, all in this really cool environment. So we get there, and I'm waiting in line to order my cappuccino, and I kind of start chatting with this guy, and come to find out he's the owner of the place. And so we have a lot to talk about. It was really fun to get to know him and his story. He shares with me how him and his best friend, about 5 years ago, they had this dream, and they just decided to go for it. They were going to launch this business. And man, they're having a ton of fun. They're having a lot of success. They're expanding, they're growing. They just bought the building next door. They're kind of living the entrepreneur's dream, and it was really fun to get to know him. Eventually, he asked me, hey, what do you do back home? And I quickly tell him about Ocean. I say, well, we run this organization, and we help people launch new things in the world, new businesses. And he goes, oh, so like an accelerator? I said, yeah, sort of, maybe a little different than what you think when you think of a classic accelerator. He goes, well, like what? I said, well, a couple things. One, yeah, we work with high-tech businesses, but not just high-tech businesses. So yeah, we run a classic high-tech accelerator for high-tech, high-growth, venture-backable companies. We run this big demo day event. It's a ton of fun. We've been doing that for 7 years. But man, we also run programs for small businesses and Main Street entrepreneurs. In fact, we have this program called Genesis. We launched it a few years ago. We have over 200 alumni that we've already served in that program. And then the second thing that we do that's probably a little different is that we're a faith-based organization. Fundamentally, we know how hard entrepreneurship is. I don't have to tell this guy this. He's living it right now, right? But we know how hard it is. We know how difficult and painful it can be. And we know that there's a lot of ways, man, that you could launch a business, and most of them are chaotic to you, to the founder, and to the people they love most. But man, there's some other ways to launch businesses that are really healthy and generative to you and the world around you. And so at Ocean, what we really want to do is we try to find entrepreneurs as early as possible, and we want to equip them with programming and with community and with an experience that helps them understand that they can launch from a place of health. Because fundamentally, we believe that healthy entrepreneurs, they launch strong businesses, and that leads to flourishing communities, and that's really what we're all about at Ocean. And this guy looks at me, and he goes, you know, if I had met you 6 years ago, when I was a corporate lawyer in downtown Chicago, I probably would have rolled my eyes. I probably would have thought, give me a break. Yeah, right. Running a small business can't be that hard. I mean, running a coffee shop compared to corporate law, it's got to be a breeze, right? But dude, I got to tell you, 5 years into this journey, I resonate so much with what you just said. I resonate with how hard it is. It's been hard on my marriage, my friendships, my relationships. It's been incredibly isolating. Even with a co-founder, there's times when I'm so alone. It's so stressful. It was as if the memories flooded his mind, all of the stressful conversations, the hard decisions, the difficult circumstances, those feelings of being alone. I could see it rush forward for him. And then he kind of paused and he looked at me. He said, Luke, it's really great to meet you, man. I'm so glad your organization exists. I only wish I had heard about Ocean 5 years ago when we were starting this place. And that conversation, like so many before it when I talk to entrepreneurs, is so affirming of our work at Ocean. It compels our team forward because it gives us belief that the work we do matters, that our approach is the right one, and that our voice in the entrepreneurial ecosystem is one that is needed and wanted by those who matter most, the entrepreneurs who need that level of support and care. I could tell you one more quick story from that trip to Austin that really kind of brings home the impact of our work at Ocean. See, a few hours before that really cool coffee shop, we were at another really cool coffee shop on the other side of town, and we were hanging out and connecting with an alumni of Ocean. Renji Bajoy, he's the founder of Immersed. It's an Ocean Accelerator Class 3 company. Renji's an incredible leader, and he's currently sort of on a rocket ship. He was just named to Forbes 30 Under 30 30 list. His startup, Immersed, just broke all kinds of records, raising $9.2 million on an equity crowdfunding platform in less than 10 days. He's living sort of the dream right now. And as we sat with Renji, I was reminded how important health is as you're navigating these entrepreneurial waters. See, Renji's the portrait of health. He wakes up early, he eats well, he exercises, he tends to his relationships with care. He's an incredible leader, and the culture of his organization reflects that. But it's this deep reservoir of Renji's character that really sticks with me. It's the way that he just truly loves his team. He couldn't stop talking about them. He loves to honor and celebrate them and talk about the incredible quality of their work. It's this amazing relationship that he has with his spouse. They've worked so hard in their marriage to get on the same page, and just recently, he was able to hire her full-time into the company, and they were ecstatic and overjoyed to be working together. Man, it's the way that he has this singular focus for his investors. He wants to create a positive return so badly because he knows that so many of those investors are friends and family who are going to take that money and they're going to use it for good in the world. But mostly, it's this larger purpose and mission that drives Renji's life that sticks with me. You see, Renji moved to Austin because he thought he would more easily be able to attract really talented software developers. And while that almost certainly is true, the reality is that Renji realized very quickly that God had a bigger plan in place for him in Austin. Yes, he was going to build a company, but more than that, he was going to raise up and equip a team of leaders who would go out as people of faith. And they would be salt and light in the boardrooms, in the hallways of Austin, Texas, and beyond, in high-tech companies all around the world. Renji understands that his purpose is bigger than just building a business, and he understands his health and his faith are critical to that purpose. Every year in America, millions of people are launching new businesses. I tell people all the time, this is not a slowing trend, it is a growing trend. Last year in 2020, 4.4 million new business applications were filed. That's 1 million more than in 2019, a 24% increase, by far the largest on record. Look, I don't know who's in that 4.4 million. I have a hunch that the next really cool Main Street coffee shop is there. I have a hunch that the next high-tech founder like Renji, who's going to have this amazing cultural impact and change the way we work and live, is in that number. My guess is maybe you or someone you love is in that number, or if not in 2020, you will be soon. Here's what I want you to know. If you're in that number, if you're launching a business, if you're an entrepreneur dreaming of stepping out and creating something new, I want you to know that Ocean exists for you. We're here for you. And we're here to tell you that you can have everything you want. You can launch a strong business. You can make an incredible impact. And you can do it in such a way that you don't lose yourself and you don't lose the relationships and the people who are so important to you. You can do this from a place of health. There's a verse in Matthew 16, verse 26. It sort of guides our work at Ocean. Jesus is talking, he's sharing with his disciples, and he looks at them and he says, "What good would it do a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul?" And we think about that verse often at Ocean, and we share it with entrepreneurs any chance we get. We say, what good would it do you to build the next great tech unicorn and lose your soul? What good would it do you to build the next great retail empire and lose your relationship with your spouse or your children? It would do you absolutely no good. So don't do it. Find a better way. Find a different path. Root your identity in something more than your business. I'm really thrilled that today you're going to meet the founders of 7 incredible companies of Ocean Class 7. And these founders are evidencing that this is possible, that you can have a strong business and you can be a person of integrity and purpose and health. Welcome to Demo Day 2021. We're thrilled you're here. I can't wait for you to meet these founders, and I can't wait to see what they, together with all of you supporting them, do in this world.